What's going on, guys? Back for another video in the garage. John Paul's back. We're gonna try and finish off the rest of his system today because driving around without music should be a crime. I think it is a crime in like 3 states. Anyway, we're back at it. We're gonna run wires to the rear speakers, install the new to the rear doors, install the new speakers today. Run that wiring back here, find out why that door isn't working. It can't be the amp. I think the speaker probably came loose or something. I don't know, something else must have happened. Yeah, and then we'll whoa, what's this? It's off again. We're gonna have to get any one of those eventually, or you will. Copy that. Alright, got the rear doors, speakers mounted, one over there. John Paul is now putting everything back. Now my job is go down here, run all the wires, hook it everything up, and tune it. Still gotta find out what's going on with that front speaker there, but we'll figure it out before he leaves. Alright, so figured out the problem was a wiring issue in the front door. I won't play too much of this because I don't need anybody telling me about copyright, blah blah blah, especially YouTube. So I'll just play a little bit of it to show you guys how it sounds. Dressing up like a nerd on TV or heard the CD using the word so freely, it's just me being me. Here, want me to tone it down? Sounds real nice and clean. So what we'll do now is clean up the rest of the wiring. He still needs to get a 3-way crossover because we only have one line out from the radio. I'm not sure why car companies do that. Not car companies. That's an aftermarket radio, right? Yeah. That's the factory? Yeah. So we only got a chance to run one RCA because I had to use a line out converter. Anyway, in the future, it's get a 3-way crossover. That way we can hook up all the RCAs to all the amps individually for a cleaner, better sound. We can adjust the levels. And right now I'm just gonna run, clean up the wiring, and we're done. All right, there it is, final product. Trim pieces are back in. Besides the other 2 pieces that he needs to get, and some RCAs and a distribution block for that to replace that ground, everything is looking good. Wires are all tucked away nice and neat, and we are good to go. Showing off standing up now, huh? What's going on, guys? Hopefully you guys can see me. Continuing the vlog this week, I have to check the horn on the Mk3 because the other day, actually a couple weeks ago, it was just beeping for no reason with nobody in the car or no key. So I think some of the wiring is going bad. I have to check that so she can have her horn back. And then we're also going to tackle the headliner in the Jetta. Now, I did it before, but I don't know if water got in. You can see, I don't know if you can see that mark. Here you go. Some water got in. I think it was from leaving the sunroof a little bit cracked. So we're going to get this green felt off, or whatever fabric it is. And we're also going to be wrapping the A, B, and C pillars in black. I'm not gonna paint them. I think I want to do something a little bit different. I think I'm gonna wrap them in black suede or like a felt or something like that. Whatever I find that I like, I'm gonna wrap them in black to match the black visors. This black area here will probably get repainted even though it's in good condition. The old crap handles and all that other stuff I had painted black a while ago. So we're gonna start pulling this stuff apart. I also have to change one of the seatbelt rollers in the back rear and modify the one on the left because I'm using Mk3 20th anniversary belts and they're a little bit longer, so the fabric, the actual belt itself, bunches up in the roller, preventing it from rolling all the way tight. So gonna do that. The front ones are fine, as you can see. Some people have asked where I got my belt from. No, they are not from an aftermarket vendor. They are literally just, can't even see them. Oh, they're red, and these GoPros have poor camera lighting. They're just red and black. I'll probably be giving Christian a hand getting his swap done. I don't know. He's got a lot of stuff to do, and I feel like if I don't give him a hand, he probably won't get it done in time. So there's a little bit of that. With me wanting to get my car ready for Simply Clean as well, I still have a lot of work to do as far as headliner, interior stuff. The car runs fine, so that's not an issue. Just little stuff here and there. If I find a way to get myself that Torx buffer in due time, then I can wet sand and buff the car myself. I'll just do it myself. So I'm trying to make that happen. But other than that, oh, and I also need floor mats. I need to find some floor mats. The car has no floor mats. But other than that, the car is pretty much ready to go. I was thinking about to try and install the Corrado wing, but for fear of drilling holes and not having a painter available to paint the pieces that I want, yeah, I'm gonna hold off on that until after Simply Clean, which is not a big deal. All right, back in the garage. Well, I'm gonna start disassembling. What you guys can see is what you guys can see. I know that it is dark in here, so I like to get the rubber off of the sunroof part first, and then it's like the plastic pieces that you're, be careful, because these clips can break very, very easily, and you just slowly go around pulling things out. Once you do that, you know, you got screws here for your visors. For the clip, there's one gonna be there. Your lights are gonna just pull out like that and disconnect the connector. 2 screws and each crap handle. Then you wanna, once those are out, you wanna take these middle parts off first. Now these are held on by just clips, pretty much just like that. To get this one out, you are gonna have to pull the bottom piece and unbolt the seat belt, which is not a big deal. That's the only way to get this part out. And then if you could, let me get my phone. And your C and A pillars are held on by 2 screws. So you have one there, and that will release that. And then it's just the clips going all the way down till you get to the front, and then you just pull those sections out. This is the part where you need to be very, very careful, because these clips are probably going to be 20+ years old, and from what I understand, you're not going to find replacements unless you go to a junkyard or somebody just has them. You're not going to go to Volkswagen and buy them. I haven't seen them online, eBay, anywhere. So you want to take your time and be careful. And even if you do break some, I think some of mine are broken, the screw really holds them in. So you basically just have to go around and just pull the pieces out. Once you do that, the headliner will pretty much just drop, then we can get it out and start peeling off the bad fabric. So it literally took about 5 minutes to get all the pillars down, well, loose anyway. The OS handles are down, the lights, all the screws holding everything in place. It's pretty much just gonna fall out when I take the pillars down. This is the part where you just, oh, one helpful hint. Well, some people might not have never done this before, and you might get, when you take your handles down, you need to open up these little covers that hide the screw. You want to pry upwards, okay? See the hinge right there? they pry up. So if you pry from the top down, which is probably your first instinct, you can snap them and break them. So you don't want to do that. If you do, it's not the end of the world, but you just, you know, take things off the right way. It's better. And then you just pry ever so gently and pop off your pillars. And this is what I mean. The clips are still on there and they may break, but they get stuck in there. So you're gonna have to go back. You can see some of mine are broken. That one's broken. Some of them are missing. I mean, there's not much you can do about it. Just try not to break as much as you can. So for your rear pillars to come off and get them, if you're gonna take them out completely, all you have to do, look way down. See if I can do this with one hand. Way down here where your belt goes under your seat, flip up your rear seat. And if you look down, you see there's a split in this plastic right here. There's a bolt, a 17mm head bolt, hex bolt here. Undo that, this panel, this cover can come off. And the same with the B pillar. B pillar, if you pull up the long cover down at the bottom, you'll see the bolt just sticking right there. Undo that, I believe that one's a 17 also. Pull those off, and then you can release the seat belt and pull out the trim pieces. Sorry, I apologize that it's so dark, but it's a gloomy day and I don't want to do this with the car outside just in case it starts to rain. So it is what it is. All right, a few minutes later. This didn't take too long, probably about 20-25 minutes. All the pieces that I'm going to wrap are out. The A pillars, B pillars, C pillars, and the ones on the bottom, the trim on the bottom, since they get scuffed up, I'm not sure exactly how, but I painted these before and they got scuffed up again. I'm gonna try something different with these. Maybe something a little bit more rugged, maybe like a textured paint or something like that. Maybe something similar to what I used on the lip. And that's it. Now I'm gonna try and get the, what is that? Thought it was bird poop from in the garage. That'd be weird. Try to get the headliner out now, which is easy enough. Either pull the seats all the way forward or all the way lay them down and then just get it out of one of the doors. This headliner is easy to get out, nothing like a Mark 5 or 6. And then it would be get the cover, the sliding cover for the sunroof out, because I'm gonna wrap that as well. And that's it, I think. Maybe shoot the lower plastics with paint, maybe, but they're in pretty good condition, so I'm not gonna worry about those too much. They look good, I'm just gonna leave them alone. So this week is gonna be wrap these, get the headliner out, redo the headliner, and get everything back in, because although we have a lot of time, we don't have a lot of time. So, and you never know what's gonna come up in the future, so if you have time to work on your car and you have the opportunity, take advantage. I just thought about it. I probably should have filmed it since it went so easy, but headliner's out, and once you drop it down, you pretty much just angle the front towards the front passenger door, and it pretty much just comes out of the rear door with the driver's seat all the way down. Not something easy. Now mine is a 98 and it's kind of old and it bent the last time I was taking it in and putting it out. Doesn't really show, but they get weak. I mean, it's literally just two pieces of foam kind of just glued together, so just be careful when you're taking off your fabric or anything that you don't totally destroy it. And it has some metal clips here that you need to remove, 1, 2, and then you can slowly peel off. If you want to keep it and make it a little bit thicker and have that like plush look, then I mean, if you're just changing the color and yours isn't sagging, like mine isn't really sagging, I may just cover over this to make it thick again instead of having it like a real flat piece. So I don't know, not sure what I'm gonna do just yet. see some of the old foam padding is still on there. Still holding on. Way better condition than when I took the headliner out of the Mark 5. I gotta tell you, to be totally honest. It actually looks pretty good. If I were to use a fabric with a foam backing, like a regular OEM style headliner material, we wouldn't have any issues. Like, I don't even, like stuff like here with a little bit peeled off, you wouldn't even see that. The foam would just fill in. If I find the suede, that'll be cool. Or I might see if I can do a foam sheet on top and then put the suede on top. That'd be ideal. This weekend I'll hit Joann's and see what they have. I think they do sell the foam. And if I could do the foam, you know, you just lay it out, glue it down same way, cut out your openings, and then glue your fabric to that. So I don't know. Kind of excited to do this over again. I've wanted to do it for a long time, and here I am.